Hi guys, so in today's video I want to tell you what $1,000 in crypto can make you in the peak 2025 bull run. Obviously it's not going to be perfect, but I'll be able to give you some kind of realistic kind of expectations of what is possible. But first, let me just read this disclaimer. Please read this with care. This video is not financial advice. Crypto is volatile and highly risky. No results are guaranteed. This content is for experienced users only, and there's a full legal disclaimer in the description below. Alright, just jumping into my story. So I personally got involved in crypto fully in 2021. Not Bitcoin, not Ethereum. I was involved in ADA. That was the first coin that I got into, and I was buying it around this mark here. I'm halfway through, about $1.80 mark, only to just round trip it and essentially accumulate all the way down, as I have been all the way through the bear market from pretty much 2022, 2023, 24, and now 25, and now we're starting to see some results come to it. And so I've been invested in ADA, I've been invested in Solana. Again, we had a similar story. My friend told me to buy it around the $40 mark. I didn't have any money at the time. I threw it into all of it into ADA, and then again I lost out on a 6x. But what I did do is accumulate back down here, and I have managed to buy Solana around these marks and run it all the way up. So I have been in this game for a little while. But anyway, that's enough of me. So what would I do with $1,000 at this current point? Well, personally, I would avoid Bitcoin. We can't really play catch up on it. It's gone from around $18,000 to $118,000. There's not really as much potential now to grow in the next kind of 6 months or so. It's very, very difficult for Bitcoin's market cap to double, and for you to double your money now on Bitcoin at almost $2.4 trillion market cap. So it's getting a little bit tricky. So for you, for the $1,000, I would probably avoid this, because you're not really going to make any serious money in the next 6 months or whenever the peak of the bull run's going to be. It might be disappointing to hear this, but at the end of the day, I'm being a realist. The market cap's too high, and I want you guys to win. The next one is ETH. So this is a bit of an interesting one. Up until a few months ago, I would say ETH is probably a really, really good one to get into, because of the fact that it had basically been at the bottom for a while. It absolutely had tanked, kind of like a lot of other coins, but ETH is very much lagging behind at 1.6k, and now it's shot up to almost 3.9k. So again, that's pretty much doubled. So the returns are starting to get diminished, but it doesn't mean you can't get a lot of money. So for example, if we have around potential price of $10,000 for ETH, which I think is very possible. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but a lot of people are talking about $10,000 ETH, with obviously the ETS, Donald Trump, the rate cuts, quantitative easing potentially, etc. This is only a 2.5x, and it might not even reach this, but again, it could surpass it. And you might think 2.5x, that is really good, and that is really good when you compare to stocks, for example. But at the end of the day, we're in crypto, we're trying to get a little bit more than that. But again, if you're just looking to double your money, ETH is probably a decent one. So again, ultimately, understanding this, how can I maximize my $1,000? So to do that, we're going to have to look down the coin market cap to understand where we can go. Again, looking at something like Solana, that's currently sitting just below 100 billion market cap. And for example, ETH is sitting at 460. If we look at ETH and what it achieved in the peak last run, 552 billion market cap, right? That is approximately 5.5 times more than Solana. So that shows you that Solana potentially will be able to get somewhere near that, because if ETH managed to do that in the previous cycle without any institutional investment, now with the ETFs and all this kind of interest that we're seeing in Solana, DeFi, the NFTs, the growing communities, etc., that has the potential to do a 5x. But again, it's not worth holding that, for example, right until the $1,000 mark, because it might not reach that, and then you would end up losing all your money. Again, another one that I'm interested in is ADA. We have seen it shoot up at the moment, but we can look at the market cap of ADA, $28 billion. Again, the peak it achieved last time, back there, 93 billion. Looking at that, that's over 3x from where we are at the moment. But again, we consider that 28 billion. Okay, ADA's obviously got potential for an ETF approved, 18-90%. It's got the Bitcoin OS integration. It has Hydra. It's got Midnight Stable, the privacy coin. It's got Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Ethereum. It's got so many things going for it, and that's sitting at 30 billion. Again, if ADA can hit just half of what ETH did last run, and it's got all this extra support, i.e. all the good narrative at the moment, that is an incredible return from 530 to compared to basically 30. It's an incredible return there. So again, you kind of, hopefully you're able to kind of see now why I would kind of tend to avoid Bitcoin and Ethereum at the current points. Again, we're starting to see similar things with these other coins. Sui, again, 13 billion compared to the likes of Bitcoin, like they're not even anywhere near close. So this is kind of why with the $1,000 it's worth spreading out, looking at altcoins and seeing what's possible. Again, HBAR, another coin that I own, I think that's got a massive potential. I think $1 is definitely on the cards. I think 40 billion market cap is definitely possible considering what other coins achieved in the last run. That's not anything out of the picture. AVAX is another one, not one that I personally hold, but a lot of people are invested in this. I know this personally, and they're very bullish on it. But yeah, other than that, hopefully this can give you a little bit of a framework on kind of what's possible. Again, I want to show you an example just so you can kind of see. Shiba Inu at the peak of last run achieved $35 billion market cap, and that literally shot up from basically nothing, 60 million to 35 billion. So I don't even know what the returns on that was, but that was one of the top performers. So the whole premise of this, I just wanted to explain to you how market cap works and how you can make some money. But anyway guys, I hope this provided some value here. Yeah, have a great day. Thank you.